Okay, Etam, welcome to a video tutorial. Today we are going to learn about dot plots and stem and leaf plots. And look how excited this guy is to do that. Dot plot is pretty straightforward. It's a graph in which each dot represents one score. Okay, so each dot represents one entity. Okay, and each occurrence is marked with a dot. Okay, so number of goals. Here's all the goals. Okay, and they're marked like this. Okay, stem and leaf plot. I think most of you guys have done these in science. They're pretty straightforward. The stem represents the base of the place value. So the 1 is the 10s, 2 is 20s, 3 is 30s, 4 is 40s. Okay, and consecutive digits on the leaf represent the second digit. So this first value here would be 10. The second value is 11. The third value is 11 because, more than one value can occur. The third value is 15. Now, yeah, that's what I've just explained, which is down here in the key. The thing with stem and leaf plots and why they're really helpful is it's really easy to add values to them. It's not like a column graph or a frequency histogram or anything like that. It's really easy to just bundle statistical data onto the end of them. So let's have a look at this one. This dot plot shows the number of goals per game. The number of goals per game scored by a team. Okay, so each of these dots represents one game. In one game, the team scored none. In another game, the team scored none. They scored 2 in 2 games. Okay, 3 in 2 games. So how many games have we played so far? 2, 4, 6. And in 4, they scored 4 in 3 games. 9. Okay, they scored 5 in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 5 games. And for some reason, they scored a ridiculous amount of 7 in 2 games. So how many games were played altogether? If I add them all up, all those numbers, I come to a grand total of 20 games. Okay, what was the most? Now, that's the hardest thing, count all the dots. Probably the most easiest thing is looking at the graph and saying which one's the most. What was the most common number of goals per game? Well, 6. Okay, of all of those, 5 times. They scored 6 in 5 games, so 6 was the most common number of goals scored per game. Okay, how many goals were scored for the season? Okay, so this is where you're having to add up all the dots. So 0 and 0, that's counted out. 2 and 2, so there's 2 plus 2. Okay, and then 3 plus 3, counts that out. They scored 4 3 times. They scored 5 4 times. They scored 6 1 2 3 4 5 times. I might just go plus brackets 6 times 5 because I can't be bothered. And they scored 7 twice. Okay, so a grand total, if I add those up all together, okay, all of those dots, I will get 86 goals altogether. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at this is my stuff from last lesson in terms of the way in which the data sits. Is it symmetrical, or is it negatively skewed, or is it positively skewed? Okay. So I'm going to rub this out. Oh, no, I can't. And when I do this, I'm probably going to lose everything. Oh, there goes a phone. Isn't that exciting? Okay, I'm going to lose all of that, but never mind. That's okay. The answer for this one was 86. While 2 people scored 0 down here, down the end, mainly most of the data, it's not symmetrical, it doesn't go like that. Okay, my dots aren't all really pretty. Why 2 people did score 0 and they are down there at the end, generally most of the dots and most of the data is towards the high end. So 2 games resulted in no goals, but the data was generally skewed towards the high end. Okay, and that's all you have to write. That's it. Have a nice life.